There's been plenty on the agenda at the Forum Libération at Lyon in France. Everything from the Arab Spring, the Euro crisis, social upheavals and technological advances. The debates, exchanges and arguments have centred on designing, or rather redesigning, the new frontiers of tomorrow.
Le titre est venu dans un premier temps des révolutions arabes.
The title comes from the early stages of the Arab revolutions. We saw extremely strong geopolitical movements at the start of the year, and they showed us that certain geopolitical situations we thought were going to be around forever moved in fact extremely quickly. It was a wake-up call from a kind of comfortable democratic torpor, and a little cynicism too.
Confortable, évidemment, un peu cynique aussi.
Tunisian cyber activists, Libyan fighters, Egyptian artists, those at the centre of the Arab revolutions came to express what they want to see now: more hope and more dignity. But one graffiti artist whose work has become a powerful visual symbol of the Egyptian uprising believes there's still a long road ahead.
I'm boycotting the elections.
While Egypt votes in the first post-Mubarak election, he refuses to give credence to the military regime in power.
I don't think it's possible for any truly democratic reforms to take place unless the military council is taken pushed out of its current position and is actually prosecuted for not only for the crimes it has done during these few months, but also during its time with the Mubarak, because they are part of the previous regime.
It's a view shared by Mahmoud Hussein, a pseudonym used by two Egyptian intellectuals, Baghat El-Nadi and Adel Rifat. They want a transfer of power from the military to a civilian authority to guarantee free elections.
La démocratie produira ce qu'elle produira.
Democracy will produce what it will produce. We know well that millions of people will vote. Let's talk about the silent majority, who could give such and such figure to the Muslim Brotherhood. That's less serious, because as soon as we enter a process that people trust, we must also have confidence in that democratic process.
Il faut faire aussi confiance à ce processus démocratique.
It's a feeling already shared by at least one cyber activist from Tunisia, where post-revolution elections in October gave victory to the Islamist party Ennahda.
Bizarrement, je suis très positive quand j'ai un avis.
Strangely, I'm very confident because my view is that these are very good results in the sense that they're very representative of Tunisians.
En fait, ils sont très représentatifs des Tunisiens. Je suis contente de voir qu'on a.
I'm happy to see an Arab Muslim country where the winning Islamic Party has understood that it cannot reign without applying a real democracy or without thinking about human rights.
Appliquer une vraie démocratie sans penser aux droits de l'homme.
The Arab revolutions have not been the only subject here. Also on the agenda, how to stop the euro exploding.
And for some in France, the solution lies with the European Central Bank and euro bonds. The socialist candidate in next year's French presidential race says it's hard to convince Germany's Angela Merkel.
I would tell her simply that if we want growth as well as controlling public debt and containing expenditure, Europe itself must be a growth factor through the value of euro bonds.
Pooling the debt isn't a popular idea in Germany, but it is an idea put forward by a former French Prime Minister.
The Eurozone needs more federal integration with new instruments, new policies from the European Central Bank, which could act as a guarantor of last resort with the creation of Eurobonds. Only a very strong signal like that, of financial solidarity among the Eurozone countries, is likely to avoid the dictatorship of the markets.
At least one economist at the forum believed it was possible to govern properly in a world of global finance, but there needs to be some housekeeping done first.
Financial regulation has still not fulfilled the role it had been given, and it must attack these over-the-counter markets to finally make them transparent.
The 56 debates between politicians, intellectuals, artists and those who drove the Arab Spring brought together close to 20,000 visitors at the Forum.